Oh, okay.
Hi, Lindy, how are you? But you were meant to be inspiring, but
Apparently not so much.
how are you? Okay, good. So I almost called you because I was pretty sure, but then I called Corey instead. So I got a phone call from the parent. They're divorced. High school.
Can I call the meeting order? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hi, everybody.
Thanks for coming.
Yes, congratulations to all the newly elected members. Do I have a motion for the approval of the agenda?
I make a motion, we approve the agenda with the addition under new business of a quote from Barry Lee and the garbage bid. And we have a public comment from Ms. Lindy.
Yes, and George. And with that, do I have a second? Yes. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And the approval of the minutes for April 22nd.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes as written for April 22nd.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Bills.
So I went over the bills, and our total expenditures for the month was $101,822.44. Our total revenue was $115,142.29. That puts us $13,319.85 in the black. I make a motion, we pay the bills.
Do I have a second? All in favor, say aye. Lindy.
Well, I stopped this morning to pay my town bill that I may or may not have thrown away with all the political mail in my mailbox. And Rich gave me a really good idea about something we could do for the 250th anniversary. He suggested maybe we ask residents to put up red, white, and blue things in their yard. Plant red, white, blue flowers, or put up some bunting, or red, white, and blue lights. And so I've been thinking about that all day, and I thought maybe the band is coming Sunday the 28th, and that maybe we could make that into a Sunday afternoon in the park and do some activities in the park along with the band that's coming, and just make it a little more of a celebration. Shelley had talked about putting the tiles in here, and that's something we could direct people to do if we wanted to. Another thought I had, and I don't know how it would work, is there any way we could get everybody in Lingle a flag? A small flag to display on there. I have no idea how expensive they are. I just had the idea. I haven't done anything more with it than that. So just some ideas of some things that maybe we can do.
Right. Oh, I like it.
Thank you, Lindy.
And the other thing is, I don't know if you noticed, we moved the pots around, the flower pots for my mom's memorial around a little bit, and tried to get them more right directly on Main Street, where they might get a little more shade once in a while during the day. And then we're going to put red, white, and blue flowers in them.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Thank
I hadn't
you.
thought of that before today, but Jeff Jones said it was okay. He'd have that many flowers for us.
Nice.
We'll do that next weekend and the following weekend.
Thank you, Lindy.
Thanks, Lindy. George.
I really didn't have a subject, I just thought it needed monuments and the flags. I can look at through the American Legion. They really sell flags like by the gross, and it's pretty cheap. So I if people mind, just look at, I'll look at that tomorrow, get back with what it costs, get, what do you think? Two gross, 288, 300. But road, I don't know if they want to have one, too many residences.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, I'm thinking, give somebody a flag to get rid of it, or don't do it.
Yeah.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, just say there's flags sticking here.
Is it the little ones that, the little
They're not a
ones?
stick, but they're not the little wavy ones, they're much more.
They're a little bigger than
They're
that?
a little bigger.
Okay, thank you.
So I will check on the price and get back with probably Rich tomorrow. If I can find it.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you, George.
Thanks, George.
Indra.
Hi,
Hey.
traffic. It's been a lot of traffic.
Thanks. Miss Anna.
Good evening.
Hi.
Hello?
Logan called me last week to talk about a potential variance that a resident will be asking for in regards to the building on the north end of this block. They would like to add an egress window for their basement to make it a livable space. I'm going to share some of the updates. Logan knows more than I do. So he said the property owner had done a survey and they know they own the building itself. As you know, there's a sidewalk right alongside the building, and then there's that perpendicular parking between the sidewalk and the curb of the street. If a resident removes sidewalk, they're required by town ordinance to replace the sidewalk, and then when they replace it, it's supposed to go alongside the curb. And so that would mean moving the sidewalk from where it is presently all the way to the curb by the street, and that would cut off that parking there. We talked about the option of then putting parking on the street that would be parallel parking to replace some of those parking spots that would be lost. I went and checked with the county assessor's office to review who owns what and to get their ideas of how we could solve this potential issue. They also suggested doing the same thing, allowing the variance and then creating parallel parking. Now, they do have a driveway that's there, so we wouldn't get the same amount of spots out of it. Logan and I talked today, potentially there would be 2 parallel parking spots there. There are some concerns that have been raised by the bank that they would lose that parking that's used either by customers or by employees. So that's what we know. I'll let Logan share more.
I kind of have a safety concern with 2 parallel parking spots there. I don't know that anybody could actually park 2 cars there without crashing.
What do you mean?
No,
I
I think-
mean that somebody pulling in this way it's just gonna cause mass confusion for everybody on that street, watching the way people operate motor vehicles over there.
I guess I don't see your concern because there'd be parallel parking just like on any other street.
Where they could just pull in.
Yeah,
when
they
turn
just
the
pull in
corner.
and park.
Not angled parking.
Correct. I just don't think it'll work. I think somebody will park there and it will turn into one space over there that people won't pull up far enough. They'll park too far back. I just think it'll be, I've watched people parallel park on Main Street. It's not very graceful or easily accomplished, and it's 2 blocks long.
Logan, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I agree with Anna. And so Jennifer Albert is here tonight. She's the one that got the property that brought this
Gotcha.
to me. And so, I mean, I agree with Anna. If we just allow them to move, because what they're wanting to do is put an egress window in. There used to be one. You can see on the side of the building where it was filled in. And they want to just move that sidewalk out so that they can put that egress window in and make the basement a living space. And yeah, it's going to reduce parking right there, but I was telling Anna, I mean, I've been watching it since this was brought up, and there's 2, maybe 3 vehicles that park there regularly anyway. And there's parallel parking along the highway, there's parallel parking along the blocks, down Main Street. I mean, and I haven't had a chance to talk to the bank yet to see exactly what their thoughts are on it. I was told secondhand that there was some concerns there. So I intend to talk to them and see what the actual impact that they say would be, but I don't personally see an issue with it.
I don't either, personally.
As I say, Andrew and I can go over and look, because I'm not putting together in my head what you're telling me, so Andrew and I'll go over and take a look at it, but if you guys wouldn't mind, if you have questions or if you have anything you want to add.
If I can.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the way people park now anyway, they're sticking half into that road on that corner when they park up by the house.
Right.
So you come around that corner, you're not seeing the end of their vehicle, and that's a huge hazard anyway, right there.
Right.
And if the bank has a huge problem with it, we have no problem with only the portion where the house is, moving the sidewalk out. Also, because I talked to you kind of about insurance, we talked to some insurance carriers, and they're seeing it as a liability with people being able to park directly in our house that way. They put it in the drive, they're in our house instead of putting it in the reverse. There's no pilot, there's nothing to stop.
That's a good thought, actually.
And so insurance has said this is kind of, a liability with our underwriters for us. So, I mean, even if we need to compromise, we would be more than happy just to have that section where it's our backyard per se, and the house part where we move the sidewalk out. And then the rest of it, they can have still park where they're parking by our blue shed back there. That's where the 2 bank ladies park. And then, that doesn't impede where we park our cars or any of that. So, I mean, we're more than willing to compromise. It's just really important that we get an egress because we are currently in the basement and my son is upstairs, so that's where our bedroom is. So if something happened, we have no way out. We can't put an egress window in the front. All of the utilities come in the back section, so we can't put one there, and we can't obviously put one next door into the lady's house. So, I mean, we are completely willing to compromise and make it easier. We don't want to cause a huge problem, but also, my son's room is right there, so if he does drive in, he's
Correct.
concerned, so.
All right.
So
You guys
we're
want-
not saying anything formally, we're just providing information.
Yes.
So that the council is aware of what we're working on. And if we proceed with something, the Albers would have to file for a variance and then it would be brought before.
Correct. Let's,
I have a question.
yes.
With what you just proposed with the parallel parking by their house, which I really don't have a problem with the transition to perpendicular parking, would that cause an issue possibly, or is it past the driveway that starts?
It'd be past the driveway that would start, but me personally, I'd rather see it all parallel there rather than perpendicular.
Okay, thank you, Logan.
You can,
Stay out on the street,
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Anything else, Anna?
That's it for right now.
Perfect. Any questions? Logan?
yes, sir. Okay, so we're working on the pool. We got a little bit delayed. It's all cleaned out and everything. We've got the parts today I just picked up to finish some of the plumbing repairs. The west side wall, we had a big chunk of concrete breakout, and so Larry came over and helped me out with identifying what all to do, and so we broke out some more tiles and we've got kind of a mess, but we're planning still to have it open about June 1st. And I've been in contact with Emily and Brandy about this, and so they're all on the same page, but I was just gonna let you guys know we're working on that, so things are moving forward there. We're working out at the cemetery, getting things ready for Memorial Day, and next on our agenda is painting the sign out there. And so we'll get that cleaned up. And then the high school is installing a new HVAC system, so I've been working with, his name just completely escaped me, but he used to have Spectrum Engineering. He has since retired, but he was kind enough that he said, I've got all my old records, let me see what I can find. And we went through literally everything from the transformers at the substation all the way through, and our power system as it is can now safely and capably handle the load, so we don't have any concerns there. And I've been working with the engineers at the school on getting that finalized, so I should have some plans here before long. But that will increase their load quite a bit. And so we have that coming up, and then we had not a resident, someone who lived just outside of town, Wireless, had come to a meeting that's been a while ago now that we decided to, yeah, that's probably right, yeah, to create a line, and so he's within that line, so we're gonna get power run to him. We're working on getting parts and everything ordered right now to do that, but fortunately we won't have to run any more primary, it'll just be secondary, so we'll get that done here before long. And then the Wyoming Municipal Board meeting is May 21st, and I'm going to be on vacation then, and May 20th they're doing a dinner, and so Jeremy is going to go to both of those, so he'll be at the dinner and at the meeting. I already filled out the proxy and submitted it, and George is going to be attending with Jeremy, so we got the other person lined up to go with him. So I think that's everything I have for you, unless you have questions for me.
We started talking to people about cleaning up their yards for some of the weeds coming into town.
We haven't, but we can do that. I have, well, let me take that back. I have, because I've talked to Vista Vantage Properties. They're the ones that have 208 Main. That's always
Yep.
thinking about. And so I've been working with them. The last I talked to them, which was, I think, a week ago, they had said they wanted to try and see if we could work out something to where we could do it for them. And so I said, okay, well, we can try and figure out what it would cost us and get you a quote or something. And then they said they were going to hire someone else. And then there was another phone call about something to do if they didn't want us mowing impacting their residents. So they were going to get back to me. So it got nowhere, but we are starting to work on that. We talked to them, and then the other property that I was concerned about over there has since been sold, and that person is moving out, so that will be all taken care of. Or is moved out, yeah. And so that one will be taken care of. And then we will start spraying the streets also for weeds here probably next week would be my guess.
And then when does the True Green start?
True Green's already done their
They've already done their
application.
first round?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they've already done their first application. Oh, also, my apologies. Could we have just a real quick executive session after this to discuss personnel? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Logan. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Casey?
Last month we had 6 ambulance calls, 5 fire calls. Other than that, it's pretty quiet. We're gonna start working on, I guess we're gonna do a barbecue in the park for the deal on the 28th of June. So, I guess as more details arise about that, we'll be there. But other than that, business as usual.
Thank you.
Perfect. Rich?
Okay, sorry about that. Let me have the results of the election yesterday. I'll read these out. For mayor, we had George Sigmund with 41 votes, Shelley Duncan with 35, and these write-ins, we had Brian Trout with 2, Al Hundersoff with 1, Dell Watson with 1, and Jenna Meeks with 1 vote. For council, we had Kathy Wilhelm with 56, Dell Watson with 46, Brian Kirk with 45. And write-in votes for council, we had Brian England with 2, Talib Klinger with 1, and Michael Smith with 1. So out of a total of 256 registered voters in the town of Lingle, we had a total of 81 ballots cast. That's a voter turnout of 32%.
That's good.
That's pretty good for us, isn't it?
MHP, the firm out of Casper, they've agreed to help us with our F-66 again. So I'm just waiting for a letter of engagement.
And that's due when?
September.
Thank you.
Any questions for Rich? Thank you.
Thanks.
WHAM is looking for their representative. Rich, you're currently on that. Are you?
With George coming on, I don't know if George would want to go in my place or not.
Perfect.
The very first day is June 3rd, so we won't make that because that'll be the installation officer.
Okay,
So that would leave Thursday and Friday.
that'll work.
We'll see if George wants to go or not.
And we've got 2 proclamations. One is EMS Week for 2026, which is May 17th through the 23rd. So if you're a part of EMS, would you guys stand up, please? So we can recognize you. Come on. Only one. Look at that. Thank you. Man of many trades, many hats. And Police Week. Whoop, whoop. You don't have to stand up. Well, you can. Thank you, Anja. For the 16th. All right, new business. We have the trash bids from Gorilla Waste and TDS, and we've had meetings with both companies multiple times, and we are going to retain TDS. And do I have a motion for that?
I make a motion that we retain TDS with the new contract.
And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then Barry Lee is our next new business. He's going to redo all the stucco and repaint the fan shell, bathrooms, pool house. He wanted, a little under half, about half down. And after our budget meetings, we talked to him and he will do 1,300 down, which is about 25-30%. And so with that, do I have a motion to pay Barry Lee? And he will start, we give him the green light and money, he'll do it.
I make a motion that we approve the bid for Barry Lee with the down payment of $1,300 to work on the bed shell.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Brian, do you have any council items? Kathy?
I do not, sir.
I do not. Also, with that, we'll adjourn our regular meeting and go to executive session.